everybody, and welcome to Full Range Media. I am your host, the most valuable Pat, and this is wrestling recap for the 11th, 12th, and 13th of March 2018. Today we're going to talk about Fastlane and Raw and SmackDown. For the first time in about 3 weeks or so, 3 weeks to a month or so, I'm actually really excited to do this recap because these pay-per-view was really good, and Raw and SmackDown did a good job this week by shocking us and giving us new things and giving us things that we weren't expecting in the first place, and setting up a lot of potentially new things to happen at WrestleMania, which is coming up in just a couple weeks. So let's go right into it. We'll go ahead and talk about Fastlane first. Fastlane was a really good pay-per-view. It really was. It was a great pay-per-view. They did a hell of a job with this pay-per-view. There are 4 things that I really want to talk about. So let's just start off with the main event, and that was, the six-pack challenge. They had AJ Styles winning the championship back, and thank the Lord that they didn't screw that up. So that's, one thumbs up that I give WWE for not screwing that up, because, everybody wanted to see Shinsuke versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania, so I'm glad they didn't mess that up. But it was a phenomenal match. I mean, everybody in that match did a phenomenal job and did a really good job, overall with the match. But then, using the environment to their advantages by putting people through tables, putting people through announce tables, not tables, but announce tables, and AJ Styles comes back and wins the match. He kind of pulled a Lesnar. Remember when Lesnar? It was like, I think it was Lesnar and Reigns and Rollins, and they all had a triple threat match, and then he was gone. And all of a sudden he comes back in, beats a bunch of people, and then he pins the champion and regains the championship. That was pretty much what happened. Yeah, on Sunday, he was out, got hit through it, got powerbombed through an announce table, and I think it was powerbombed. Either got powerbombed or AA'd, but I'm pretty sure he got powerbombed through an announce table, and he was out for a little bit, and then they had the match continue on in the ring, and then he comes in out of nowhere, hits him with a phenomenal forearm, and wins the match. Very good match. So I'm glad that they didn't mess up the whole AJ Styles thing with Shinsuke Nakamura this week. The next thing that I really want to talk about was Charlotte versus who was she fighting against? Ruby Riott. Again, that was a really good match, and Charlotte ended up winning the match because Ruby Riott doesn't have any sort of business being in the ring with Charlotte Flair yet. But the big shocker came when Asuka came out and challenged Charlotte for the Women's Championship at WrestleMania. No, I didn't see that coming. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm really glad that they did that. I wouldn't mind seeing Alexa Bliss go up against Asuka, but having Charlotte versus Asuka is kind of more of like a dream match because they're both kind of legendary, iconic people at the moment, and they're both in like the primes of their careers. So seeing them fight and duke it out is really something that a lot of people were shocked to see in the first place, but then when they thought about it, they were like, man, that's going to be a really great match to see Charlotte versus Asuka. But, I mean, we all know what's going to happen. Asuka's going to beat Charlotte for the championship and get the SmackDown Women's Championship, which is okay, I guess. But, the opponent's different, but the result's still going to stay the same. It's not going to change. Asuka's beating Charlotte at WrestleMania, however she's going to beat her. And then they'll probably have another match either at the next pay-per-view or maybe on Raw the next night or something like that. But it's... or on Raw, on SmackDown the next Tuesday or whatever, but they're going to do a lot of things, have a big rivalry probably with each other where Charlotte's probably going to keep on constantly losing, which is stupid because Charlotte shouldn't constantly lose. Charlotte should be the one to actually beat her at least once and end the streak because they can't have her win like crazy for the entirety of the time that she's there. It's just kind of stupid. But that was a big shocker. I did not see that coming. I was really excited when I heard Asuka's music and I saw her come out and challenge her. That's like, well, that's a cool match to see. So that was number 2. And number 3 is they had New Day versus Usos for tag team championships again, and again, I say again because it's been like the 8th time since they fought each other. I didn't even really watch the match. I was streaming at the same time, and I didn't really watch it until I heard them say the Bludgeon Brothers were coming out, because I've seen that match a million times. It's so dumb to see the same people fight against each other over and over and over and over and over again, especially on Raw and SmackDown. You see the same people fight against each other over and over and over again. 100 times. They can do it at house shows. They can do it all that kind of stuff all they want. But I mean, having it on TV constantly just gets old after a while. It gets really boring. But then I saw the Bludgeon Brothers come out and beat the crap out of both teams, which I thought was great. Because now they're setting it up to where Bludgeon Brothers are fighting against the Usos at WrestleMania, which is fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that matchup, because I want to see a new tag team beat the Usos and get the tag team championships, and then have maybe a tag team or two come out from NXT and challenge the Bludgeon Brothers for the tag team titles also. But there's a lot. That's a really good change of pace to see the Usos finally lose the championships. But they're at WrestleMania. They have a one-on-one match at WrestleMania, which is fine. Hopefully they have a one-on-one match for WrestleMania, which would be great for them, because they never had that before. To have that moment for them to go and kind of make themselves, and then they have just something happen where you can go ahead and you can make a good WrestleMania moment with the Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos, because they're gonna have a battle, and they're gonna have a battle because they're two excellent teams. But I just hope that the Usos actually give the Bludgeon Brothers a fight, instead of having the Bludgeon Brothers just completely dominate them, which I think is really kind of stupid, because they can't be that dominant of a team. But I do want to see Usos actually give them a fight, but then just end up losing in the end. And hope and pray that on SmackDown on that Tuesday after WrestleMania that they don't win it back again after they lose it to Bludgeon Brothers in the first place. Because that's usually what happens. They lose it and then they gain it back right away, which is stupid. So that's again a big change of pace. Now the final thing I want to talk about from Fastlane is going to be Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton for the United States Championship. I love both of these guys. I'm really tired of seeing Randy Orton win and have championships around his waist all the time. But I mean, kudos to him for being a Grand Slam champion and winning every title. It's great. Good for him. I'm happy for him. Hopefully it's not going to be him versus Jinder Mahal again, because that's just the WWE Championship all over again, which is stupid. And that makes no sense, because they did it a while ago anyway, and it wasn't that long ago. I think at SummerSlam that they fought each other, and it's kind of stupid for them to keep on fighting against each other over and over and over again. Just like I said about the Usos and New Days, the same thing with Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal. They keep on having the same matches over and over and over again, which is stupid. Get somebody new in there. If you want to see Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton one more time at WrestleMania, that's fine. But because they only fought each other once, but not Jinder Mahal. I mean, if it wants to be even a triple threat match, that's okay too. But not a one-on-one match for Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton, because that's just going back 6-8 months ago and having the rivalry again happen. It's stupid. Makes no sense. So that was Fastlane. It was actually really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was actually a lot of fun to watch. So we'll move on to Raw, and again, Brock Lesnar didn't show up for Raw, and Reigns was kind of pissed off. So Kurt Angle comes out and talks about how Brock's not going to be there again, and then Reigns comes out and has a big spiel about how he's not here, blah blah blah. Not gonna get disrespected by Vince McMahon and all that kind of shit. So then he goes back and starts to yell at Vince McMahon, and then they have a little get together, I guess, and during the commercial break, on them yelling and screaming in Vince's office about that kind of crap. And so then Vince comes out and temporarily suspends Roman Reigns, which is fine. He's probably going to give him some time off before WrestleMania anyway, before he fights Brock. But Brock will be hopefully will be at the Raw next week. We'll see. But I think it's more hinting about him leaving at the moment. I think that they're assuming that he's not going to sign again because he's not there. And I don't know if that's actually planned stuff, but I know that the last week wasn't planned. I know that, but I think this week maybe it was planned. I'm not really sure because people really haven't talked about it that much. I'm not really shocked that Brock Lesnar wasn't there because it sounds like they're trying to make him, be more of a heel and have Roman Reigns be more the face. Like he's about the business. That Roman Reigns is about the business. And Roman Reigns is about coming into every arena and traveling all over the place and doing all this kind of shit every single day. While Brock Lesnar selects the times when he's gonna come and comes in whenever he wants. And that's just not really that cool. But I mean, it's Brock Lesnar. Everybody likes Brock Lesnar no matter what anyway. So I'm hoping that, and it's probably going to happen where Reigns is going to actually lose or win the championship from Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, which is fine. But, then they had, moving on from that a little bit, they had the Bar fight against the Miz. I mean, come on. I'm not even gonna talk about that. It's stupid. But then the cool part comes. The cool part comes at the end of the night, and I'm gonna talk about that in a second. They're setting it up to where the Miz has to defend his Intercontinental Championship against Finn Balor and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, which is fine. I like to see either one of those two guys win it. I think there's gonna be a lot of title changes at WrestleMania. Charlotte's going to lose her championship. Brock's lose his championship. I don't know about AJ. I know the Usos are going to lose their championship. I don't know about the Bar, but we'll see. But it seems like at the moment, a lot of people are going to be losing championships at WrestleMania. I don't know about Alexa Bliss, which we'll talk about that in a second. Oh, I'm so excited. But in the Rollins Finn Balor match, Finn Balor beat Rollins again. Again, a great match to watch. Really fun to watch, and it ended up to where they lost, or Rollins lost again to Finn Balor, which is great. So next, oh my God, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. So for the past couple of weeks, I've been talking about how Nia Jax has been getting screwed out of wrestling at WrestleMania for the championship. Oh, thank God Asuka went to SmackDown, because now that opens the door for my girl Nia, right? I love Nia Jax. I love Alexa Bliss. Don't get me wrong. But Nia deserves this one-on-one opportunity for the women's championship. Everybody in the women's division has won the championship at least once. Okay? So, and if you go down the list of people who are actually there, nobody deserves that championship more than Nia Jax. Alexa Bliss has already been champion. Bayley, Sasha Banks, Mickie James. All these girls have already been champion once already, except for Absolution, which is fine because they just got there. But people that have been there a while have had the championships already, except for Nia Jax. So they had this big thing where they had, they had the cameras on Alexa Bliss and Mickie James talking in the back, and they didn't know that the microphone was on, and they had the cameras on, and Nia Jax is in the ring, and they start talking a lot of shit about Nia Jax. Alexa Bliss does anyway, and they start talking a lot of shit about Nia Jax, and then Nia Jax hears it. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Here we go. Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax at WrestleMania. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I hope that she wins. And there's another title that I hope changes hands. You know what I mean? I want The Miz to lose his championship. I want Brock to lose his championship. I want the Bar to lose a championship. I want the Usos to lose a championship. I want Alexa to lose a championship. Sorry, Alexa, but you've had the title for a long time. It's about time for you to give it up. So Nia Jax deserves it. She knows she deserves it. I know she deserves it. Everybody else knows that she deserves it too. If you watch her, anyway, you know she deserves a championship. So I was so excited to see that happen. So excited that they're actually setting that up. That's a big shocker too, because since Asuka moves to SmackDown, what else is going to happen? It's going to be, Alexa versus somebody. So who's he gonna fight? Somebody that she's fought 10 times already? No, which is great. So they made her go up against Nia Jax. Fantastic. They've been setting it up for a while, but I mean, who knows what's gonna happen at WrestleMania? So thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Very excited. So now, moving on from that, they had a tag team. No, this is funny. They had a tag team battle royal to crown the number one contenders. Okay, and it was Titus Worldwide. This shows the range of tag teams on Raw. Titus Worldwide, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, Revival, Heath Slater, Rhino, and the Miztourage were all in this number one contenders battle royal match. Okay. Before the match starts, Braun Strowman comes out, and he's competing in the tag team championship title battle royal for number one contendership. Right? He ends up winning the whole damn thing. Now, I was saying for a long time that it was going to be him versus Miz at WrestleMania, and that he was going to take the Intercontinental Championship from Miz, but that's not. It looks like it's not the case this time. Looks like he might be going after the Bar by himself to take the tag team championships from the Bar by himself. I mean, holy crap, dude! I think that'd be freaking cool, but I would like to see him with an actual partner. And you know who's close to coming back. You know, my man Big Cass is coming back soon, I hope. It's been a while since he's been out, and hopefully he's healing okay, and everything's doing fine, and hopefully he comes back soon. But Braun Strowman needs a partner at WrestleMania. I mean, how cool would that be to have Big Cass and Braun Strowman be tag team for a little bit? And then, just to ease Big Cass, I know everybody's like wants to see Big Cass being a single star, but let's ease him back in a little bit. You know, let's not go straight up crazy with him at the moment. Let's just ease him back in a little bit. And what a great way to do it, as to team up with Braun Strowman to fight for the tag team championships on Raw for a little bit, and them versus the Bar for a little bit, and then maybe if they get a new tag team from NXT, they can battle with them. Then they can break up, lose the championships, break up, and then they'll have the rivalry for themselves, and then Big Cass can go do his thing, and Strowman can go do his thing, and that's from WrestleMania to like SummerSlam. You know? So, because SummerSlam is in August, right? So, what? All of April, all of May, June, July, August. So 5 months of them being together, and then they break apart right after right before SummerSlam. Maybe have a match at SummerSlam or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. But that's just me thinking out loud. But he ends up winning the damn match, which is crazy. So this guy's a beast, and everybody knows he's a beast. So it looks like it's going to be him versus the Bar at WrestleMania. So now that's pretty much all that happened on Raw. It was a good Raw, and it was actually a lot of fun. Let's move on to SmackDown here a little bit. And they had a pretty good amount of matches going on in SmackDown. AJ Styles comes out and talks about how he's still the champion and blah, blah, blah. And how Shinsuke is going to fight him at WrestleMania. Thank the Lord. It's going to be probably the best match of the night. I can't wait to see it. I think I might actually stop everything that I'm doing and just to watch that match. Because that's going to be a great match. He fought against Rusev, which Rusev is getting thrown under the bus. It's kind of stupid. Rusev is a phenomenal superstar. I don't really understand the reasoning why they keep on throwing him under, like, you know, AJ Styles and all that kind of shit. Maybe to learn, maybe to do something like that, but he needs to do something. Then they came back to where it was a tag team championships again, and it was Bludgeon Brothers, and the only two people remaining from the day before was Big E and Jim Uso. So they fought against the Bludgeon Brothers. Of course, got absolutely destroyed, which is fantastic because I want to see that happen. I want to see Bludgeon Brothers just completely destroy Usos and take those championships away from them and keep them for a while, because they're gonna have a hard time getting rid of them. But you know, I don't think they've ever been tag team champions. If they have, it's only been once, and that was when they were a Wyatt family. But you know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But Again, this is me. But then after that, they had Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal. And Bobby Roode came out after Orton did his promo and then said that he wants to fight against Orton at WrestleMania. It looks like, as of right now, they're going to have Jinder Mahal versus Bobby Roode at WrestleMania. Or not Jinder Mahal versus Bobby Roode, but Jinder Mahal or Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton. Probably a triple threat match. Jinder Mahal is probably going to sneak his way in there and maybe take it. I'm not sure. But if they do, it'd be stupid because then they're just going to have Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal again, which is dumb. Because they did that already a million times. They don't need to do it again. And at the end of the night, Shane comes out and he's got this big giant WrestleMania announcement. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, all right, so he's going to make it him and somebody else versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. No, he makes it Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn comes out. They're pissed off. They attack Shane, beat the shit out of him, and then that's the end of the show. So overall, both the shows were really actually fun to watch this week. I really enjoyed them. They weren't trash like they have been the last couple weeks. A lot of good shockers going on. A lot of good things going on from both shows and the pay-per-view. They are going to make Cena versus Undertaker. He did challenge him, which I forgot to mention, but what I wouldn't mind seeing is that the one thing that I didn't mention again, and they did say this, was that Kid Rock is going to be in the Hall of Fame, which is fine. I like Kid Rock. He had a lot of songs for different things on wrestling, but wouldn't it be cool? Now I heard this somewhere. I don't remember where I heard it from, but wouldn't it be cool if, since Kid Rock is in the Hall of Fame, wouldn't it be cool if John Cena comes out at WrestleMania, and we can't wait for the Undertaker to come out. We're really excited to see it. And he comes out and is American Badass. I mean, how crazy would that be? You know what I mean? One more match against John Cena. He comes out as an American Badass with Kid Rock freaking singing the song. How cool would that be? I think that'd be amazing. But who knows if he's going to actually do that. That'd be cool as hell if he did. They need to have that one more time before he leaves. Undertaker's being a traditional Undertaker, which is cool. But I mean, let's get him American Badass one more time. One more time. And then that's his final match. You know what I mean? He's done. Great match. But I'm actually going to skip the rumors for today, because the reason why I'm doing that is because they don't have any rumors. I've been looking around and they were talking about like things that happened already. They were speculating a whole bunch of things about what's going to happen in Fastlane, what's going to happen on SmackDown, and about Lesnar leaving and all that kind of stuff, but I covered that already. So we're not even going to talk about that. But I do want to hear comments again about what you thought about Fastlane and what you think is going to happen on the way to WrestleMania. Who's going to lose their titles? Who's going to keep the titles at WrestleMania? What match you're looking forward to seeing the most? I mean, if you don't say Shinsuke versus AJ Styles, then you're nuts. But I'm looking forward to seeing that match the most out of anything else. I'm looking to see a lot of people lose their titles, a lot of new people gain titles. Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, Reigns. Even though I don't like saying that, I'm looking forward to Reigns winning the championship because I want to make the title relevant again. So that's always a lot of fun. But we'll go ahead and we'll end it there. So please don't forget to like and share and subscribe to our video, and please don't forget to leave a comment down below. And we will be back next week for another wrestling recap. So come back and check us out again. Thank you very much for watching. And please don't forget to always enjoy. All right, bye, guys.